It's been a while, but it's time for Try It Tuesday. Today we're trying Moxie. Now, I've always heard old people say she's got Moxie, or that's got Moxie, or he's got Moxie, which usually meant they had attitude. And this is what that comes from. So this is Moxie Cola. It's pitched as uniquely different, no, deliciously different. What is this thing? Distinctively different. Different D there. Distinctively different. So I've never tried this before. I saw it at the store and I thought, well, I'm going to give that a try. I've done a little bit of research on it. It appears that it was created in 1876 by Augustine Thompson. I'm probably pronouncing that terrible. But he originally was selling it as Moxie Nerve Food. It's supposed to be like root beer, but with a bitter aftertaste instead of the creamy aftertaste of root beer. We're going to find out in a minute. It's made with a thing called gelatin root extract, which is supposed to be extremely bitter. They were using it in herbal medicines. Augustine claimed it worked to prevent paralysis, softening of the brain, nervousness, and insomnia. Hope I don't have softening of the brain. Mr. Thompson, because I can't pronounce his first name, claimed it was named after a Lieutenant Moxie that discovered the plant and was using it to pretty much cure everything. But they think the name likely came from an Abenaki word, which I'm probably terribly butchering that. But that's an Algonquin language, which are the natives that were in the Quebec area. And the Abenaki word that's similar to it stands for dark water, which it's cola, so it's dark. They trademarked it in 1885. That's when the commercial production really took off. Up until then, it was sort of, he was making it on his own. In 1885, they pitched it as deliciously bittersweet, and he was claiming it was an alternative to alcohol-based and cocaine-based drinks, which we all know about Coca-Cola's original ingredient was cocaine. Those were pretty much all the rage back then, and this was pitched as basically the non-alcoholic drink. Oddly, Coca-Cola was trademarked in 1886, is whenever it was supposedly invented and started being produced. Coca-Cola ended up buying Moxie in 2018, and now they're producing it. I believe with the same formula, but I'm not sure. Don't think they've changed it much, but we're going to find out what it tastes like in a minute. So the label here says nutrition facts: 1 serving size, 12 ounces, 12 ounce long neck bottle, 150 calories, 0 fat, 50 milligrams of sodium, 37 grams of carbs, 37 grams of sugars, and 0 protein. Ingredients are carbonated water, puro cane sugar, natural and artificial flavors, caramel color, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, gelatin root extracts, phosphoric acid, caffeine, and citric acid. Don't know if the camera will read it, but there's a little label. I'll take a photo of it if not. But we're going to try it. Now, it says it was, Wikipedia says that this thing was trademarked in 1885. The bottle says established in 1884, and other sources say he created it in 1876. There's a little bit of, no one bothered to actually write down the original story, or they changed it. That happens. But let's go for it. Now, there is no twist top. I don't believe that's a twist top. It don't look like a twist top. So I have my bottle entry device. We'll pop it off real quick. All right. Well, it was a twist top, but that got it open. Let's give her a snort and see what happens. Okay, that's a little weird. You know the Bubblicious bubble gum, the pink bubble gum, the really cheap stuff you'd always get at Halloween. It has kind of the white powder on it. It's Pepto-Bismol colored. Tastes kind of like that. Like after you've been chewing it a while, the flavor starts to fade off a little bit. It's not as bitter as I was expecting. Actually not that bad. It just tastes kind of like bubblegum. It's the original elixir. We'll find out if I get less nervousness in about 15 minutes or so. My brain stops softening. Maybe it'll harden some. I don't know if they use those terms anymore. Softening of the brain kind of back in the day was like trying to prevent Alzheimer's or dementia, forgetfulness that a lot of older people would tend to get. We don't really use that term anymore. Most of these stuff were kind of exaggerated. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, pretty much all the early drinks were originally sold as medical drinks to help you with varying degrees of stuff. Pepsi was originally to help with indigestion or acid reflux. That's where the Pepsi come from. Coca-Cola, well, it had cocaine in it, and it just made you go. That's how Grandpa could work 18 hours a day and not be tired when they came home. So most of these started as a pharmaceutical thing. I don't believe Mr. Thompson was a pharmacist. It's interesting. I mean, it tastes like kind of like bubblegum. Around the 1880s is when they started using carbonation pretty heavily. Before that, they weren't really carbonated. The carbonation really took off. It does change the flavor quite a bit. If you ever drink a flat soda, it's not very good. That's basically just the syrup. I wonder what this would taste like flat. I don't know if I'm gonna try it, but before I started carbonating, was selling it prior to being carbonated, before 1885 or so. That's the Try It Tuesday Moxie. Not what I expected. Tastes kind of like chewing gum. The pink bubble chewing gum from Halloween when we were kids. Maybe it'll cure me. My weirdness. Doubtful. Good to the last drop. Almost last drop. Got a little snort left. Here we go. And empty. Till next time. Oh. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you liked it. Leave a comment. If you have a suggestion of a weird thing, leave it. See if I can come across it. That's not a promise to try it.